Welcome back inside the Chevrolet Sports Night here on Spectrum News 1. Mike Solarte here with you. As promised, Charlotte FC talk. The young franchise is going through something for the very first time. One of their star players, one that they have developed, is looking like he is going to be on his way out the door. Reports have been circulating that Patrick Agyemang will be heading to Derby County in the English Championship via a transfer. Now, the fee coming back to the Crown, reportedly $8 million. It's a major infusion of cash to the MLS side, but it would come at a steep cost, as Agyemang has been on the rise over the last 2 seasons. He recently competed for Team USA in the CONCACAF Gold Cup, but for Charlotte FC, Agyemang with 6 goals and 1 assist this season, 17 goals and 6 helpers across 59 appearances. On Thursday, head coach Dean Smith provided an update as to where things stand as of this afternoon, starting with a conversation he had with Agyemang on Wednesday.
Yeah, I had a chat with him yesterday when he was back, wanting to see where his feelings was, and it's hard to talk. It's a private conversation obviously I had with him, but he intimated that he would be interested in a move. So again, we're in control of it because we're not looking to sell better players unless the fee's right for our club. So I believe that's ongoing at the moment.
Now, Smith was firm in his position that he supports Agyemang. He's had the chance to coach him for a season and a half now and is very happy with the work Agyemang has put in. Should the deal go through, Agyemang would command a higher salary in the UK, but Smith wasn't so sure that moving to that particular league would be a benefit to Agyemang's development. The 24-year-old has made strides in his time in Carolina, and Smith offered up his thoughts on how this reported deal might not be the best thing for Agyemang in the big picture, for starters.
Yeah, it matters because I want to see the players that we've got, who we help develop, go on to bigger and better things. So if Patrick's, wishes are to go, to Europe, then I'd like to see him in one of the top leagues in Europe. I think that is a step up for him. I'll be surprised if he goes to the Championship in the UK, as has been reported, but that's just my own personal view.
Why?
I think a team. I think the Championship is not too much different from the NA. This is a major league over here. You're going to a second league in the UK. There's not going to be loads of time for development because they play Saturday, Tuesday. There's 46 games a season. I think for him to remain one of the big players for the US national team as well, probably to stay here would be better. It's always money. It's always money. And I thought that the club made fair offers, and there was a number of offers in January. And I spoke to Patrick about where I thought he should be and what he should do. But his representatives had a totally different idea, which was out of the ballpark for this football club. I've had the conversation with Patrick, and my answer was I don't think he should. I want him to stay here, but it's up to the player to make that decision. And as long as he's the player is making the decision and not his representative, because I did remind Patrick that, remember, agents work for you, not the other way around.
Now, as we told you earlier, Agyemang did not practice with the team on Thursday, and until the reported deal is finalized, Agyemang remains a member of Charlotte FC, so much so that he could draw back into the lineup Saturday night when the Crown faces NYC FC. If Agyemang does in fact leave the team, that would put Charlotte in a bit of a short-term bind when it comes to their forwards and trying to find the back of the net.
Well, our window's closed still at the moment, isn't it? It doesn't open in a few weeks. I think we've got another 4 games until it opens. So, if it gets agreed and he goes before then our hands are tied a little bit for 4 games. It's hard to go and get a like for like, just the way Patrick plays. He's a little bit different in this league, I think, from other strikers. But there are definitely strikers out there who are available, and there'll be a mixture. There'll be some that will run in behind and score goals. There's some that are penalty box finishers. There's some that will be physically powerful. So there's a little bit of a mixture, and I think our balance has also got to be right. Are we bringing somebody in to go and compete with Edan? Are we bringing somebody in to back Edan up? And that's a decision that we've got to make. By bringing somebody in. Then
is there a thought about fit with the group as well, with the personality of the player?
Yeah,
if you get to that.
no, personality always, character. You know, whenever we're looking at players, and you know, I've got a list sat on my laptop, and you know, I'll go and speak to coaches, players who I know and trust, who've played with them or coached them or worked with them, and get information on them, because they've got to be coachable. They've got to want to come and improve, and want to win things as well.
Now, the end result in all of this, it's looking more and more likely that one of Charlotte FC's more popular and effective players will be heading across the Atlantic soon. Smith says he hasn't talked to his team about the potential departure of Agyemang, saying it's a part of the game in professional soccer. And if he leaves, well, Smith said he would shake his hand and wish him well. But those that remain still have jobs to do starting Saturday night inside Bank of America Stadium.